Welcome to Park Bench Interviews, hosted by Randy Goodman, Harvey Callis Real Estate, your real estate professional. Get to know our community, our businesses, products, and services that will elevate your life. Please welcome your hostess, Randy Goodman.
It's Randy Goodman here from Harvey Callis Real Estate, and I have the one and only Dr. Joey Dimerman, who is an insurance and financial advisor. So tell us, Joey, what does that mean?
It means that I am an independent broker who has the ability to help any of my clients with any insurance solutions and or financial needs that they have in terms of helping get them set up with the right stuff at the right time of their life.
Okay, I love that. So tell us a little bit about who is Joey as a person? How would you describe yourself?
How would I describe myself? Well, I am career-wise, I am a former chiropractor, acupuncturist who ran a successful wellness clinic based in Thornhill. My clients, my patients knew me as Dr. Joe or Joey. Didn't really need formality. I always used to kibitz with my patients and say, don't call me doctor. I only use that when I need a hotel reservation in a car. So I think I built a practice based on, caring, empathy, and providing like individual care, like that was based on the patient needs. Yeah. And that's how I've evolved into taking care of my clients for insurance and financial needs.
Okay. So what made you go from I can't imagine the amount of studying and work that had to go in to becoming a chiropractor. So what made you go from chiropractor practice to insurance broker?
That's a great question, because I get asked that all the time for the same reasons, because people say, wow, you invested so much time and energy into getting educated and skill and setting up a practice. And so the simple answer is that I've done it for about, I did it for about 22 years. And I think it was just time for a change. Physically, there's a lot of wear and tear on one's body, mentally and physically.
Right.
You're constantly working really hard every time you're with a patient. So you can't hide behind a computer. You can't basically just hand out a prescription pad. So I knew that there was going to be a point in time where the wear and tear would just basically make the decision for me in terms of the ability to practice. And I have colleagues and friends who are on long-term disability because they've damaged their back. I've got another one who damaged her knees and she can't stand long enough to practice. So I didn't want to be one of those people.
Right.
So it was really for proactive reasons. And I had family in the insurance industry who'd done quite well, and they've been bugging me for many years to think about it. And I was ready, and I thought about it, and I transitioned into a completely different career and sold my practice to a lovely guy who retained all my patients and is still there today.
Wow, that's awesome. So yeah, and you're very relationship based anyway, right? You build a lot of relationships, even with some of your clients from the practice. So I know you've taken that into your personal life, and then of course you can transition that into the insurance world as well. And so it's phenomenal, and everything really is relationship based. Can you tell us a little bit about building your business in that way?
Yeah, that was pretty simple. I think you're absolutely right, Randy. I think that the fundamental core behind relationships is trust and integrity and reliability. And when you do that in one career, it can easily transition into another, because what I'm doing now is service-based, and really the ability to retain and build relationships is just based on the fact that people trust you. And they, think that you have knowledge, you have integrity, And you're basically doing what is best for them, not what's best for you.
And I love that, because I have, a similar story, although I didn't drop off from what I was doing before, but doing, producing trade shows and conferences and book writing and publishing, and then transitioning to real estate, right? Even though I've been investing for so long, it's the same kind of thing. It's the relationships that you built. The people already know you, like you, and trust you, and want to do business with you in any realm that you go into, because they already have that respect or that relationship with you and know that you're going to take care of them, right? And Joey, I know, like, from personal experiences dealing with other insurance people in the past, and they always say, and I tell them right off the bat, I'm not interested in working with somebody that's never going to call me again, or that's never going to stay in touch with me, right? And they say, yep, I'm going to stay in touch with you. And they don't, but you do.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you, but the interesting thing about that is, there are two things. Number one, it's never been easier to stay in touch with people. So it's so easy, whether you do it in an automated basis where you flag your files and you say, I want a list of people who I haven't spoken to for a year or two or three, whatever that milestone is. And number two, more important than the first point, is the fact that people's lives are fluid. They change every day. Look at today. Look at the situation as we speak.
Right.
So you can't put it into your filing cabinet drawer and put it away and forget about it. That's both for the client and for the advisors. So those conversations have to be restarted every couple of years, because people go through so many changes in their life, whether it's career, divorce, children, death, whatever those circumstances are. They really invite a revisiting of what's going on and opening up the discussion and saying, where are you at? What's going on? Like, any change. Maybe they won a lottery. Maybe they had an inheritance. Maybe they sold their home. But whatever it is, right?
Absolutely. And I think that's a really big message for people out there, Joey, because people don't get it. They go into business, they make a sale, and they forget about it. And it's like, if you really realized that sale and what you did for the client, and staying in touch and caring about the client, and maybe paying attention to birthdays and anniversaries, or, remembering something about their kids, or, people absolutely love that. Just those tiny little things, or little recognitions, staying in touch every year or every 6 months, or depends on your business, and how often you should stay in touch. But just doing that makes people feel good. It makes them feel remembered. It makes them feel important, and it makes them like you and trust you much more than the next guy. But you also stay front of mind with those people. So if they're thinking to refer somebody and you forgot about them, they're probably not going to refer you. They'll refer somebody else that they know takes care of their clients. Right. Or somebody that stayed in touch with them, or somebody that went a little bit over and above forgetting them, right?
And the operative word that we're talking about is loyalty.
Yes.
You want loyalty. You don't want people who are going to just basically figure out, it wasn't really a memorable interaction with Joey or Randy, and, I'm just going to find somebody who I think is going to get the job done for me, right?
Exactly. So do you have any suggestions? Like, I know obviously this insurance business is easier to stay in touch with people through Zoom and whatnot than, say, being a chiropractor, because you might not be able to practice very much right now. But, in doing that, do you have any suggestions for people in reaching out or staying in touch with people at this time?
Yeah, absolutely. What I've done is I have an e-blast that's a communication piece that I send out. I'm trying to send it out every month. Mine is going out actually on Monday. And I try to make those pieces relevant and non-solicitous. So it's not really a pitch piece to people. It's really just an informative piece with a reminder that I'm here for you, and real life stories that have happened in my practice, so that the stories resonate for people, so they understand the importance of whatever it is that we're talking about. So that's number one. Number two is what you said, is flagging birthdays, anniversaries, anything else that's topical, that's relevant, and just good old picking up the phone, email, texting, just good old communication, and really setting sort of targets and milestones for yourself, and saying, every week I want to reach out to 20 or 30 of my existing clients, and maybe 10 or 20 people that I'm basically interested in talking to.
Right.
So by doing that, you're constantly trying to kind of rev the machine back up, right?
Absolutely. And you can even be doing stuff like this. You could be, adding to information on your site, or maybe someone wants to do a live testimonial for you,
right.
But right. Like constantly thinking of ways you can engage or give them a testimonial, like, give before you ask, right? But when you're staying in touch with people right now, especially, you're going to stay top of mind. They're going to be really happy, and you may make somebody's day, right? Bottom line.
And the connectedness is important, especially for older clients, because right. Some older clients who don't have the support network that we do are lonely. And even if it's just reaching out to saying, hi, how are you? Thinking about you. Are you okay? Do you need anything? I have a neighbor who basically can't go out. She's got respiratory issues. She's afraid. So we go out and buy groceries for her when we're doing a grocery run, to make sure that she's okay, and maybe help her with her yard or whatever needs to be done in terms of volunteerism. So it's important because, loneliness and isolation are awful for people, right?
Oh, yeah.
Situation worse.
Yeah, and nothing makes someone feel better than making that phone call, or having a Zoom or a FaceTime or whatever device you're using, but also doing things like you said. There are people that can't get out to go buy groceries, or are afraid to get out and go buy groceries. Yeah. And if you try to buy online, unfortunately, it takes like weeks to get anything delivered, because the demand is so high right now. So yeah, I love that. Joey, you also give back to the community, and you're charitable. Can you tell us a little bit about how you stay involved?
Yeah, so for 20 years, I raised money for Boys and Girls Club of Canada by running a golf tournament, and really enjoyed it. And currently I do some volunteerism through the synagogue that I work with. So that I'm a member of, not work with. And they have an Out of the Cold program that I volunteer with, with the family. Try to do that once a month in the wintertime, obviously not the last month because of the situation. So we do things like that. I believe in giving back as much as I can. My family does.
Yeah, and I know that about you. It's awesome. So you're so wonderful, Joey. Can you give us can you give us any last tips or suggestions or anything you want to share with everybody before we sign off?
Well, I think that it's important to keep your spirit high. It's important to stay in a healthy routine right now. It's very difficult. And I can say that because my wife, Sarah, who's a psychologist, is writing a lot about that and being interviewed about that, and is launching her own radio show next week on Saga 960. And what she's talking about is how paramount it is for people to stay into a really good, healthy routine. So it's so easy to fall off the wagon in terms of feeling low and sorry for yourself and upset and getting into really bad habits. And then all of a sudden, when you snap your fingers and this thing is over, it's like you don't know where to begin in terms of how to get back into the routine that got you into that successful place that you want to be all the time, right? Yes. So it's tough, it's challenging. It's not easy, but if you do it and it becomes practice, it's like mindfulness training. The more you do it, the easier it is, and you get into this sort of zone, into the Zen, where you really feel okay in spite of whatever's going on around you. So keep your spirits up high, keep smiling, because it's going to get better.
Awesome. Thank you. And so tell us the website where people can find you, reach you at.
You can reach me on my website at www.insurancesolutions4u, that's the number 4, letter U.ca.
Awesome. And we will have all those links on the page for you. So thank you so much, Joey. It's been a pleasure to learn from you and hear all about you. So thank you.
Thank you, Randy. It was a pleasure being on your show or your channel, whatever. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this interview hosted by Randy Goodman. We hope you will take action and connect with the incredible business people and leaders in our community. And remember, Randy is always here to answer any questions you have regarding your real estate needs. Be sure to register on the website and stay up to date on what's happening in your area at parkbench.com/millpond.